your life can change so much in a year. It can literally be unrecognizable. Let me tell you this real quick.
No. Ooh, that's better, right, babe?
Yeah. She founded an architectural concrete company.
He founded a $100 million clothing company.
She took the world by storm as a social media star.
He took the world by storm as a famous serial entrepreneur.
Together we started a business.
And had babies.
Now we're figuring out the best ways to do both.
Join us as we learn from other entrepreneurs going through the same life struggles.
As they share their life hacks about success, love, kids.
And everything in between.
If your dreams don't scare you, they're too small. Quote by Richard Branson. A goal without a plan is only a dream.
Welcome to the Pretty and Punk Podcast. My name is Dan Caldwell, and I'm here with my beautiful wife,
Ildiko
Ferenczi. And we have another great podcast for you. It's the 2024 is just started. You ready for 2024?
I am. I'm super excited.
Let's go.
It.
I don't think I've ever been this excited about a year in a long time. So we wanted to create a podcast that is really, it's not just for us, but it's for you guys too. And I should have said that the other way around. It's not just for you guys, but it's for us too. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's right.
It's about creating big, bold, audacious goals for 2024. And boy, do we got some big goals. But before we jump into that, hey guys, we hope you're enjoying today's episode of the Pretty and Punk Podcast. And if you are, and you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button. It just takes a second. It means so much to us because it really helps the podcast get out there to more listeners like you guys. And if you know anybody it might help and you can send it to them, we really appreciate that too.
We also love and appreciate your reviews. Even the babies look forward to them every day. If you share this episode on social media today, don't forget to tag us. We want to celebrate you because we know it's not easy being a parent in business, and the way that you juggle things makes you a superhero. That's worth a shout out. Together, we have a community of our personal followers as well, and we just want to put it out there. We want to show everybody that this juggle is possible, and you are our family, and we're so proud and grateful to have you a part of this family. So don't forget, all the links are below in the show notes, and thank you again, and let's get back to the show. Creating big, bold, audacious goals for 2024. And you know why I like this, guys, is because most everybody listening is married and they do have a family, and we can all hold each other accountable. You can hold me accountable, I can hold you accountable, and we can do that for the kids, and the kids can hold us accountable. And I feel we need to talk about those goals, and we need to share those goals.
Oh, absolutely. One of the most important things I have always practiced, good, bad, or indifferent. And I mean, there's probably a few things I can attribute to being successful, and this is one of them, is putting your goals out there to the world. Mm-hmm. Like putting them out there to your friends in prayer, put them out there to anybody that'll listen, because there's some sense of accountability to yourself also when you put it out there to the world. I can't count how many times I would say things out in the world that I didn't know how I was going to do it, or I knew I wanted to do it. I knew I could do it somehow, like I was going to figure it out. Mm-hmm. But when I would say it, people would laugh. You hear that and you don't think that that's true, but it really did. People would laugh at you. Right. Like they did not like cold, like just laugh falling on the ground, but they would just like chuckle.
Right. I guess.
Like,
Well,
yeah.
when you have big
How are
dreams,
you going to do that?
when you have big dreams, I feel people have their own insecurities come out. And the only reason they're laughing is because they have their own insecurities and they see themselves. When you share a story or you share something, people see themselves in it and they can't quite picture themselves. So they laugh and they're uncomfortable. That's what I make up in my head
that's probably
to
true.
make myself feel better. But I really do believe that. And my mom shared something with that or along those lines with me when I was younger. And I guess for myself, I don't really announce it to the world, but I'm definitely always working on something. And the people that are close to me know, but I don't always announce it to the world because I do like to have that sense of surprise. I think as a female, especially, I guess, being doubted and I think it's fun to do the unexpected as a female entrepreneur, mother, whatever it is. As a female, you like to surprise the world. So you don't want to announce it and you just want to surprise people. But
well, I think that could be, I mean, I think there's that, but I think women also start off, people already doubting women when they walk through the door. Mm-hmm. So they start off with that doubt.
Right.
And so they have a lot that they're coming up against.
Oh, I knew that in the construction industry. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, they're doubting you've already failed.
Yeah.
They've considered you a failure before you even get started. Mm-hmm.
But when you gain their respect, bam, it's a different story.
Right. But yeah, so the flip side is when you actually make it, everybody is, they're giving you all the credit, of course. Yes. But and then guys, it's somewhat expected of. Mm-hmm. So in some ways they don't doubt them coming through the door. They give them a little bit a better chance. Mm-hmm. But then when they actually make it, they kind of expected it in the first place. Like, okay, you should have done that.
Yeah, right.
They expected it from you.
They expected it,
and that's why you got to make your goals
bigger. And if you didn't do it,
bigger.
Then you're a failure, right?
Well,
I guess that's I know it sounds harsh, but that's why you have to win. So you never get that. And if you do fail, you turn it into a lesson and let that be a step ladder, a step.
How so?
Well, not all that. You don't always succeed at every goal.
Right.
I don't. Life. Not you. I'm just saying.
I don't succeed at every single goal. How can you say that?
No, I'm not saying.
What have I not succeeded
I'm not saying you. I'm just saying.
You're
people
right.
don't
I've totally
always
not succeeded
say, I want to be an Olympic runner, and I really want that. But maybe I don't make it to the Olympics, but I'll find all that great, everything that I put into it, and I apply it to something else. Like eventually your goals do change. Oh, and this is what I want to do this year. This year, I know this is a change, but I want to put this out there. I don't want to have like a year-long, like a yearly goal. I want to turn our goals into quarterlies. And I didn't discuss this with you, so I'm going to discuss it here. It just popped into my head.
Okay.
So every 90 days, we're going to have goals. And we can have a spreadsheet or we can have a bingo sheet and tick all the goals off every month. But I want to do every 90 days. It just kind of renews everything. And the 1%ers are doing this. They're talking about the quarterlies.
Well,
and they're
here's the
already
thing. First of all, I'm one of the 1%ers, so I'll decide whether that's true or not. But okay, I can do this. Yeah. I can do this 90-day thing, but I still have big yearly goals. I do like to break down my goals like that.
Right,
so I have this big yearly goal that I'll create, and it's a goal that I know I can't probably do in 90 days. So I made it a yearly goal because it's so big.
Some goals take 10 years, 5 years.
Well, yeah.
It depends.
But I make
years,
my yearly goal.
Years.
This is something I told you what it was. I'm not going to put it out there
that's okay
on the podcast, but
not yet.
you know what my goal is.
Right.
And I'm going to, and I just going against everything I said, put it out there to the world, but there's a reason why I can't put it out there.
But in that big goal, you can have your 90.
Yes.
I guess that's what I'm trying to
along the way.
Right. So
and that
say
is
if there's
true.
someone that wants to work on their social media, they want to have 130,000 followers
by the end of the year.
There are things that they need to do in 90 days, 90 days, 90 days, 90 days. And it just makes it more focused, more precise, and it just it guarantees your chances of fulfilling your goal.
It gives you the smaller goals to lean up to.
Fulfill the fitness. Maybe it's a fitness journey. Maybe it's a health journey.
Right.
Maybe it's decluttering. Like it feels so hard, but you want to go through your closet. Get rid of your socks. The socks don't match. Get rid of them all. There's one thing. Then get rid of the clothes. Try everything on. If it doesn't make you feel comfortable or beautiful, get rid of it. Donate it. You're not going to need it. Sell it, donate it, whatever you want to do with it. But whatever your goals are, I'm just picking stuff out of the sky right now. But I really love this quarterly.
Yeah, and it's important, especially on your granular goal. I mean, on the quarterly goals, is to get more granular, get more specific. Even though you want to be totally specific in your larger goals, but like write down this goal and get very specific about it.
And print it out.
Exactly what I want to do. And put it up on your mirror. I mean, this is stuff
do the spreadsheet for each month. And if you have kids, you can make that bingo sheet, as I said. You can have the little circles and just cross it off. Kind of so you can read what was underneath and you're proud of it because you accomplished it. And just have that there where you can just cross it off and everybody can see it and everybody's encouraging each other. Yeah. Also, vision boards are still good if you're, you like to.
I was just looking at that. Who was I looking at? Somebody was making a. Who was making a vision?
David.
That's who it was. David. Yeah, Patrick Bet David.
That's right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
He has like 2 first names, or yeah, he was making a vision board, and I was like, man, we got to do a vision board again.
I used to do that.
I did a vision board. When I was building my business, I had my vision board was my mirror in my bathroom, and I probably can't do it so much today, but we should do a vision board with the kids. That's important.
Yeah, let's do it.
I think and remember, guys, your life can change so much in a year. It can literally be unrecognizable. Let me tell you this real quick. When in 2005, I think it was 2005, I was living in a condo and I was trying to figure out how I was going to pay my rent. Now, don't get me wrong, our business was making good money, but every penny was going back into the business, and I didn't know if I could pay my rent every month. I was trying to figure out how I was going to pay my rent, how I was going to put food on the table, how I was going to be able to survive, put gas in my car. I was driving at that time I got a little bit nicer car, but it was because it was the business car. It was a big Suburban, lifted, all black with the Tap Out logos on it. But I still was like robbing Peter to pay Paul. I was barely making my bills.
So many of us.
And by the end of that year, I had over $1 million in my bank account. So I know, and this is, a while ago, this is when money actually, $1 million actually meant something. Today, you got to have like 5 million to even start to feel like you got some money and you're not having to look at your bank account so much. But that can happen in a year for anybody.
Yes.
It just one little thing changed in my business, and next thing you know, I got $1 million in my bank account. That can happen for anybody. You have to create big goals in your life. If you tell yourself, if you're trying to make, if you set a goal of $100,000 or $300,000 for the year, and you're saying $300,000 is my goal, you won't exceed $300,000. That is your goal. That is all you'll make. Now, don't be so concerned about how you're going to do it. Have some road to how you're going to get there. I mean, know that you have a road to get there, but it doesn't need to be perfectly mapped out. If you decide you're going to make $1 million, you're going to put $1 million in your bank account, then, or whatever your goal might be. I'm just using money because it's easy to speak about dollars and cents.
Right, because we've all been in a bad place, and we've all found our way out of it, or you guys are finding your way out of it right now. But I feel it's relatable, or we watched our parents go through it, and then all of a sudden the business got successful. So I feel like that's just something very relatable and exciting, because
you can grade it.
The blessings came in and God delivered.
And you can do a lot with money. You can bless other people too.
When you're blessed, you can be a blessing to others. And that's one thing I love that we say. We didn't always say this, but I think in the last year, we started every morning, thank you for our blessing, and let us be a blessing to someone else today.
Absolutely.
And the kids are doing that. I love that.
But I'm sorry. I was trying to finish that point real quick. If you decide that you're going to put $1 million in your bank account, even if you don't know how to get there exactly, if you don't have the exact roadmap on how you're going to do it, your brain will start to figure those things out throughout the year. But if you got to have that goal that you're aiming at, because otherwise, if the number is 200,000 or 300,000, you have that perfectly mapped out exactly how you're going to do that, then that's all you're going to do. Your brain's not going to be trying to extend out past that to figure out how you're going to do $1 million. So whatever that is, you can apply it to it. If you're an actor and you say you're going to be in movies and you're starting out, well, I just want to be in one film, or it's like, think about that you're going to be in a film that is going to be a blockbuster that is going to be released in movie theaters at some point, maybe not this year, but you're going to be in that movie, and it's going and with A-list actors or whatever that might be for you.
I remember that. Yeah, the batting average. I would aim for a high batting average, but I remember when I was in the industry, I was getting every third audition I would book. Every single third audition I would book.
Well, yeah, because you've told yourself.
Set the bar high.
Yeah, because if you don't and you miss it, what do they say? You shoot for the stars, and if you hit the moon, land on the moon, then so be it. At least it's the moon. I think I love Daniel's quote, if your dreams don't scare you, then they probably aren't big enough. And it's so true. Like, guys, you set big dreams. They need to scare you. Believe me. Do you think Elon Musk, when he was thinking about, this is a guy who from South Africa who decided he was going to start this, payment company, or actually I think his first idea was kind of like a bank. And he turns out, this is a guy who's probably going to take us to Mars.
Well, that's what I'm saying, is that every goal eventually turns into, you're not going to have that one vision for the rest of your life. Really think about it. I mean, everybody that has accomplished something else comes into their life. Another blessing. But it's even bigger than the last one.
All these people, the one thing in common with any big, if you think of Steve Jobs or Elon Musk or whoever you're that entrepreneur that pushes you, or that you
inspires you,
or motivates you, whoever that is, the one thing consistent across all those people is that they all had big goals. They were all thinking big. They might have been working small at the time when they were doing this, but they were thinking big. They didn't know how they were going to get there, but in their minds, they were thinking it's possible. I know somehow I can figure this out.
Yep.
When we wanted to do a TV show, we had no idea how we were going to have our own TV show, but I can remember sitting in Carl's Jr. with my partner, staring at him, talking about, we are going to have a TV show. And within a year of that conversation, we were filming a TV show. So you got to think big. It's important. And one more thing that I think is important, if you set these goals for yourself for the year, the biggest difference between some of the successful people out there and people that fail in their goals for the year is discipline.
Oh, yeah.
You got to have discipline.
Yeah. Well, I think that was one of the things we're talking about before is start getting used to the discipline before the first.
Yeah.
Start practicing before the first because you don't want to just throw it on. And it's hard. It's
and we
not
talked
easy.
about a little bit about this on our last podcast, but just get on, decide you're going to do it.
In the acting industry, in every niche, people are going to fall off. So the ones who stay, they're the ones that are disciplined, the ones that actually get the abs, the one that actually gets the movie parts, the one that actually has this successful coaching business podcast are the ones that pull through. And sometimes, as we said before, you're going to slip. You might be a day late. We're a day late for our podcast today, but
right the ship.
We still righted the ship. We had a lot going on, and that's going to happen.
I'll tell you the truth. Today's one of those days.
That's what I just said, the podcast.
Yeah, we were supposed to film this yesterday.
Yeah.
And because we had all this stuff going for the holidays, we didn't film it. And we
have other content, but we need to do the January.
This podcast, a specific podcast. And so we wanted to record this specific podcast. And so we're recording it today.
Yeah, and it's okay.
And
you just right the ship.
We right the ship and you keep going. So just be disciplined in everything that you do this year. Create big goals because it's so important. And know that there's a lot of people in the same boat as you. You can't figure it out right now. You don't know how you're going to do it. You're not sure how it's going to happen.
But you need to start moving.
Just start moving forward and create these big goals that you are going to obtain. And if you fall short, it might have to be the goal for next year. But don't give yourself that. Tell yourself you're going to do it this year. This year, 2024, I'm excited for you. We're excited for us. 2024 is going to be a big year. I know you guys are going to do big things. Get out there and get on it. Let's go. Pray
for it, and have your family be your accountability
She gets mad
partner.
because I run around the house going, let's go. Let's go. Now my kids are yelling it. She's like, calm down.
I just want it to be peaceful.
Can we just have some peace and quiet around here? Let's go.
Not peace and quiet, but just some nice, loving
let's go. I'm telling
energy.
you guys, let's go. Let's go right now. You guys got it in you. Create some big dreams, guys. Big dreams. Create some big, bold, audacious dreams for 2024.
You were created to do great things, and we all have a God-given destiny, and this is a year to fulfill that. God bless you all. Thank you for tuning in, and we can't wait to see you next week. And message us. We'll hold you accountable. We love you.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.
You've been listening to the Pretty podcast. If you want more episodes, click the subscribe button. And it also helps us. We'll see you next week. God bless. I hope this was a blessing for you. For listening to the Pretty podcast. Wait, don't think about another post. If your computer is wrong, just fix it with someone that could make you do so many quotes in the world. Thanks for watching. I hope that changed your life. And don't stop. Push the subscribe button to do every quote before you wake up. Thanks for watching.